Three for the Money is brought to you by the Trendscenter app. This is the best tool for sports betting research. The Trendscenter app, you can test betting systems from the past 20 years, explore thousands of existing trends and systems from top betting experts, choose from hundreds of filters to test different systems for each sport. Save these trends and get notified when their systems have games. Download the app and use our code TFTM for 15% off a premium membership after a 2-day free trial. We're back. Three for the Money. New episodes every Thursday per usual. And we're back to recording on Wednesdays for the episode tomorrow, which is Thursday. Brought to you by the Trendscenter app. Check it out. It is murdering baseball right now. It is definitely the greatest tool alive for sports bettors. But yeah, we're here. We're back. Chris, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I know last time we recorded, I said I was back and betting on baseball. I've taken a couple of days off since then because started off really hot on the comeback, then immediately went in the toilet. But we're back. We're feeling it out. The games I've got going right now have just started, so I'm sure I'll be making some sort of visceral reaction during the course of the recording. But I mean, I'm fine. We're getting to the dog days of the betting and sports calendar where it's like, well, if you don't like baseball or women's basketball, you're kind of fucked. But yeah, overall, doing well. Doing well. I am well. How are you?
I am okay. Haven't really been betting. Been pretty busy. Um, but how have you returned to betting on the dub?
Can't return to what I never started. So no.
Okay.
MLB All Star break is next week, so I'll probably do my obligatory one WNBA bet a year when they're the only sport that is going on. So stay tuned for that next week.
Yes, stay tuned. Um, Sean, how are you doing? I know that you got your stitches out. What else?
Yep. Had my post-op appointment yesterday. While I was waiting in the waiting room, I got a notification from Trend Center that was like, "Hey, the Phillies are like pretty good in this spot when after they've lost and their to- total is." And I was like, "Well, I'm just waiting here in this waiting room. So yeah, I'll throw a couple bucks down on that." That cruised, just absolutely crushed. Um, and then I doubled down today on the same thing for the Reds money line, which is uh, making me a little nervous now because the Rockies just went up 3-0. But we're going to trust the system. We're going to trust the process. Um, there's more than three innings in baseball that I know for a fact. So hopefully by the time this show ends, we'll be right back in the green. But other than that, yeah, we're doing good.
Hell yes. Um, okay. There's really not much going on, like Chris mentioned. We do have a little fun with futures at the end of the episode. We can go over as our weekly series of futures as we patiently wait for this upcoming football season. Um, but I do have something.
Which starts, I was reminded. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I would say I was reminded of this um, a couple days ago. Football season starts a couple weeks.
Yeah, next month.
Hall of Fame game. Let's go.
Yeah, we're almost there. It's just you really gotta dig through July. You really gotta like push through it.
Yeah, after the fourth, because it's like fourth, it's like, oh, it's fun partying and stuff, but like the weeks after that, then August you get like football like news, and you start to feel like it's back or getting back. But yeah, July, it's like, when's the next golf tournament that I can give a shit about?
August is usually when I start my mock drafts for fantasy. Do a couple of those a week, which are pointless because it's the league that we're in has a bunch of dodo brains in it. But it's still fun to just be like, oh, okay, this player's going probably around this time. So, but we never know our position until the day of the draft,
I never do
which I'm
mocks.
fine with.
I never do mocks until usually like the day of the draft. I'll do like one or two the day of, because like you said, we got some wild cards in our league.
Yeah. That's probably a better word for the people in our league.
Dodo brain. So the guy who always drafts Justin Tucker in like the fourth round just won it last year. So
All right, boys. My computer took a complete shit, so I have no idea where we left off, but I'm gonna figure it out when I'm putting this thing together. I think we were talking about dodo brains and fantasy football.
Yeah, it was just
yeah,
we have a couple Chris described them as wild cards, which was a better uh word for some of the people in our league. And because
Yeah.
we got some guy that drafts Justin Tucker in the fourth round every year. So
Yep.
mock drafts are kind of useless in our league, but I still like to do them. I think they're fun. I think it gives a good idea of where a player could go and could build some strategy of building a team, a championship team. But
Well, I would not know. I do the mock draft, but I have yet to win. I've come pretty close,
you're
but
not mocking hard enough.
I guess not.
How many mocks do you think you do?
Maybe like 5.
You got to get those numbers up.
Yeah.
You got to have a lot more than that. Those are rookie
Yeah.
numbers. Those are non-championship winning numbers.
Yeah.
I
I mainly just
I do
do it
like
to get a
two.
feel of the values.
I do like two the day of, and I won a chip 2 years ago. So maybe rein it in with that talk.
Well, I mean, I don't think what I said was wrong. He has not won one yet.
That's accurate.
So, but you've won before. Like this is not that 2 years ago is not your first championship.
That's also correct.
Okay, so
I'm glad we're stating facts. Sean, you've won a championship, right?
Yeah, the first year I ever did fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I did
does
a
make
ton
me a
of
little
mocks.
upset, but
Yeah,
I'm glad you're a champion.
I am a
A
champion.
couple champions on this show, on this panel.
I'm a two-time champion of not fantasy. I have 2 separate rings, I should say. I have a fantasy football championship, and I'm gonna tell you, I've got my rookie league hockey league championship. I got 2 rings.
So I was gonna be like, I won the class spelling bee in 3rd grade or something like that.
No, none of that
It's like
shit
we're
counts.
just counting all of our accomplishments.
No, none of that shit counts.
That's great. Yeah.
But
yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, uh,
Uh, Chris, is there any news of maybe, I don't know, a, a head of a program and alcohol? Maybe like is there some story there? Is there something going on?
Yeah, glad you. It's a weird coincidence that you asked that because just yesterday, not even well, maybe a little bit more than 24 hours ago, Mike Gundy, Oklahoma State head football coach, was asked about one of his players. I believe Ollie Gordon is his name. Uh, what got a DUI in the offseason, and they asked some reporter asked him about it at Big 12 Media Days or Media Day, and he was like, "Well, I looked up like how many beers you can have under the and remain under the legal limit. It is like 3 or 4. I've done that thousands of times in my life." And I was like, "Okay, coach, maybe don't admit to DUIs into a microphone on national television, but that's just me. He's far more successful than I am, so who am I to judge?" But yeah, that was all time. That was all time college football head coach moment. It's like, well, shit. What's he? 3 or 4 beers? What is that? Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
And then,
I don't think he's really like, you know, I think he's not trying to justify his actions, but he did a really poor job at not justifying his actions.
I believe I don't have the exact quote in front of me, but I do believe, I could be wrong, but I think he said, like, not trying to justify a DUI, but
Yeah.
I'm about to justify his DUI.
Yeah, the quote is I'm not justifying what Ollie did. I'm telling you what decision I made. Well, I thought I've probably done that 1,000 times in my life.
1,000? That's a lot.
That is a lot. He's he's older than we are, so I mean, but still, those are pretty big numbies. Gonna be honest.
Those are numbies. He's
Those
putting
are
in work.
yeah,
And then he said he would punish Ollie Gordon by making him run the ball 50 times in their season opener. So he's going to punish him by making him do his job.
great. I mean, where
So,
do you know where
but
the
Oklahoma
DUI?
State.
Do you know where the DUI happened? Was it in Stillwater?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because like if it's
I'm
in
going to look
Stillwater
that
in the summer, it's probably not much to do. You know, it's one of those Midwestern things. Just a couple beers, drive to the homie's house, more beers, drive back home. I don't know.
No, I mean, yeah.
Not trying to
I
justify his actions or anything,
just saying what
but
I've done.
but I get it.
Okay, hold on. It doesn't say where exactly. Oklahoma City area, quote unquote.
Hmm.
But see, this says arrested on suspicion of DUI.
Hmm.
hmm, doesn't sound legit.
Did, I mean, maybe they proved it later, but how do you how does that work? I'm pretty sure.
Um. Well, they can take you in if they suspect really anything. To be
Oh no, I
honest,
get
like
that. Like, I get it, but also like they have field sobriety tests. Like, just prove it right there.
I may be wrong in
He
this,
did. He
but
probably didn't want to prove it.
yeah,
I just
I don't know the whole story. I don't know what happened uh, after that. You know, after he was pulled over. Even if you pass a field sobriety test and like if you pass because it's completely like up to the officer whether you pass or not.
really.
Like even Well, like if you do like, the touch your nose, say the alphabet backwards, like, that kind of like field sobriety, like walk the line. Like if it's kind of up to them, if because they're the only ones judging you on it. But I'm not really sure if they do like the roadside breathalyzers anymore. I know that some places don't have that.
That's
But
news to me. I just
yeah,
assumed, like, I knew they make you do like the alphabet and the walk the line and all that shit, but I just assumed every time they would also have you do a breathalyzer. I didn't even know that people weren't doing them anymore. Is that a COVID thing?
I
Like, did COVID get rid of that, and then it's just one of those things that never came back?
I don't know. I was trying to. I remember this story about some college athlete. He might have been like just like a swimmer or something. Um, and he did like the field sobriety test, and they had like a portable like breathalyzer, and he blew a 0.0, and he is telling the cops the whole time that he's not on anything. He didn't smoke, he didn't drink, he was just going home, and blew a 0.0. Cops still took him in, still arrested for a DUI. I mean, he later got, I think he ended up suing those officers,
Okay.
and like, because that's a wrongful arrest. But
Yeah. I was going to
but
say,
yeah,
like, what's the point of the whole breathalyzer thing then if they can just, like, well, I still think you're drunk. Like, well,
yeah, it's
what?
that's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's like it's really up to them. But this guy probably what did have a few, and probably shouldn't have been driving. So
Yeah. Well, Mike
I don't
Gundy
know.
does it all the time. So
Yeah, I mean,
who are we to
lead
judge?
by lead by example, Mike. Lead
Yeah,
by example.
exactly.
Uh, oh, Mike. I loved Twitter today though. That was fun with all the Mike Gundy tweets. It's like
I mean,
Mike Gundy on his
it
way
was
to
a
some
classic.
prospect, like just
Yeah.
they're all so good.
Trying to look up. He's 56. Jeez. Do y'all remember from back in the day his like post game press conference rant? Where he's like, "I'm a man. I'm 40."
Yeah, yeah,
That's 16 years ago. That
yeah.
makes me feel incredibly
Yeah.
old. So yeah,
So,
that's
I was just looking at Mike Gundy
Mike
tweets, and it
Gundy.
was like Mike Gundy driving home tonight, and it's the scene from Wolf of Wall Street when he's on the ludes in his Ferrari. Just
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic.
never change, Mike, but don't drink and drive.
Unless you get caught.
Yeah, unless you get caught. Oh,
Anything else interesting happened?
with Mike Gundy or just in general?
Um, oh.
Just in general with
that
with sports.
that Raptors player, was it Javante? Was it Porter? Is that his last name? He pled guilty to wire fraud.
Oh, for his
Was that the gambler?
the gambling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
is Jalen
So
Porter?
that's.
I think
I
is
thought
that
it
his
was
name?
Javante.
I thought it was Jalen.
I thought. Let me look it up.
I have no
I got
idea.
a Jonte Porter.
Oh, John. Oh gosh.
I was close. I just threw a
Well,
beat.
we were both wrong. Just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you know.
But
You're getting it.
Yeah, I don't. We've already kind of beaten that dead horse. Just
I mean,
talking about like, yeah,
we don't have to talk about it. I was just saying that you're at like what happened. I was like, well, that
yeah.
he's going to jail. I guess I assume he is.
Yeah. Well, we would just probably, when it happened, we are all like, why would you do this?
Oh yeah,
You like league min is like 3 mil or something.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh. No,
More than
yeah, it's
y'all for a
stupid.
parlay.
They, I love it every time one of these like illegal sports betting things comes out, and it's like you get to see their record is like he placed like 80 bets and won like four, and it's like, bro, you play the sport. You should. I'm better than that, and I suck. You should be at least a little bit better than me.
He knows how to play ball, but he doesn't know ball.
Well, maybe he doesn't really know how to play it either. He was like the 10th man.
Yeah, you got that far.
I mean, yeah, these athlete
Um,
records that come out, like Calvin Ridley and uh, Porter, and it's like, how are you this bad? Like, if you think about it, if you bet one side of a line, like the spread, plus or minus spread, you're kind of it's not 50-50, but it's like a true or false question. Like one is right and one is wrong. To go 4-80 is incredibly just like you have to try to be that bad. I feel like. I mean, I've had NFL weeks where I've been like 2-15 or something, but like and it's awful. But I don't know. That
No, yeah.
Kawhi left the U.S. team for the Olympics. I don't know why. He's probably hurt again or something.
I think he could be hurt, and they just didn't want to release it. But I saw like the official statement was like he wants to focus on next season. So that's code for he's hurt, and we don't want to disclose that because we don't have to, or he doesn't care. And I think both are fair. Could both have equal chance of being true.
Both are on the table.
Because it's like I get if you're like a bench player on this team, like yeah, you're still going to play a lot because they're going to win every game by like 40 for the most part.
They
But it
should.
would be well, they're going to be aside from like France and others, Spain maybe they're going to beat everyone by 50. But yeah, I would be if I'm like the backup point, which I have no idea if Kawhi was starting or not. I'd be like it'd be kind of rough. Maybe not rough, but like if you want to play, maybe not be the most fun environment.
Yeah, maybe he's struggling to see if it's worth his time.
I mean, it's probably not like you. Like I said, you're going to go over there. You're going to win every game. You're going to. They're minus like 600 or whatever to win gold. So you're just going over there to go through the motions. And it's like if I leave, it doesn't matter because they're still going to win. So just go back and enjoy summer. Honestly,
I don't know, dude. I feel like
Hmm.
the U.S. is kind of falling apart with our sports lately. We got smoked. The U.S. football team got smoked by Japan.
that was I don't. So what was that? I know it was American
I don't
football,
even
but it was
really
some.
know what that was, but I
Was it?
know that it's my country and that we lost in football. And I was like, how?
Was it like an under 18 thing? Like I don't even know because I mean I know we're not sending our guys for that.
Yeah, probably not.
Like I want to know who was on this team. Was it like high schoolers or was it because we wouldn't even send like D2 college guys for this if we're being honest. So I want to know like who was on this team.
It might have been an under 20 league. It's kind of what I see here. But still, that doesn't look good for like the future. Like,
Oh no, like I mean I'm more worried about the NBA draft. But like it seems like every year now it's some guy from France getting drafted first overall now instead of a college player.
yeah, I mean,
I'm not worried
we're
about if we send our best guys to in football to play Japan, I like our chances. I don't know what if we're sending like I said, just like some regional high school champion to play Japan.
Yeah, that's why it'll never be an Olympic sport.
No,
I don't think football, American football, will never be an Olympic sport.
no, it never will be. And honestly, like if it was, I don't think we would take it seriously because no, like like Patrick Mahomes would not do that. They'd be like, we
I
know
think
we're
he'd go. I think he'd go.
maybe.
You
I
don't think
don't
he'd
think
go
like
to get a gold medal?
maybe just say you're a gold medalist in football, but also like we know we're the best. Like, why do we have
Well,
like
we knew we were
if
the
you
best in
if you
basketball with the dream team. Like, you know, they still went.
well
They
that
still
was
did it.
more reasserting dominance than anything. But I don't know. I just think I would be like at the end of the day, we're still the best. Like if we send like our D team over there and we lose, I wouldn't lose sleep. It'd be embarrassing, but I would be like, I don't. I feel like I would care as much as I do about this under 20 league team getting boat raced by Japan.
Yeah, that's true. But it's still like a kick in the nuts for
Yeah, I mean, it
the
doesn't
good
feel
old
good.
US of A. Yeah, it doesn't feel good. But I don't know. I feel like the top players, if American football became an Olympic sport, I feel like they would go and compete.
I feel like the first time, yeah, just so you can say like I'm an Olympic gold medalist. But after you win, like if America wins like 5 gold medals in a row in this, would we be, would whoever the top star is at the time be like, why am I going to do this? Especially like I'm going to go over there tearing ACL to prove what?
I mean, you back when the Pro Bowl was like not, a bunch of yard games, like you could have done that there as well. And that's essentially
Well,
like
and
what
then yeah, I was going to say that's what that I know that mentality led the Pro Bowl into becoming
yeah.
touch football, and then now just like cookout games. But I mean, I I get it. It sucks, but I get it. I want to talk about something real quick. It just came across my desk.
Okay.
Quote from Shador Sanders.
Oh, I just saw this too. I just saw this
Yeah,
too.
he says Colorado QB ready for 2024 season. Quote: I know we're everybody's Super Bowl. Motherfucker, you went 4-8 last season. You are nobody's super. You're Colorado State Super Bowl, maybe your rival from an inferior conference. Nobody gives a shit about you. I'm so sick. The media will make it look like that because they just love gobbling on Dion's balls. But I'm so sick of Colorado. I hate them. I'm full on hater now. I hate them.
They win like one important game week 1,
Against
and it's like, oh my god, the Messiah is here. And it's like, okay, but I just saw a tweet and I'm going to steal it from this, but it was like, okay, if you're their Super Bowl, you gave 8 Super Bowl victories to another team.
exactly. Like they're not
Congratulations.
that them beating the like them beating TCU is the worst thing that could have happened to college football. And then nobody talks about how TCU was very, very average, putting it nicely last season. Like, oh, they played the national championship like the year before, lost by 60, but like, oh, they still did it, and yeah, they were very, again, mediocre to put it politely last year.
Lost by
It was like,
60
oh no,
and lost a bunch of people.
yeah,
Bunch of
lost
players.
everybody. Lost everybody that was worth a shit from that championship team for the
Yeah.
most part. And then and then you barely beat them, which I know it's Colorado, they suck too, so win's a win. But I hate them. I'm turning just a full on hater. I don't think Dion's coaching style can work in college, and then he's going to get fired in a few years, or he'll accept a higher job because he's Dion and he'll get that, and then it'll just come crashing down on him. His this coaching style cannot work in college. Just getting like transfers, it doesn't. You can do that in basketball, in college basketball. You can do that. We've seen that work. You can't do that in college football, and especially him coaching like a complete horse's ass. It doesn't work. It won't work, and he's gonna whine like a bitch when it all like comes crashing down.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Hell
that
yeah.
pissed me off.
No,
And
yeah.
Shedeur Sanders, by the way, people talk about number 1 overall pick. This guy, he's not that good. He's not.
No,
He tore it up at Jackson State. Cool. FCS. Doesn't matter. He's not that good. He's not going to be a good unless he goes and falls out this year. I've been proven wrong many times. I just do not see it with him. Like, he can sling it. Yes, he can run, but his decision making is not there. I don't get it.
When I saw him, Shedeur, on the cover of the College Football 25, we'll get into that next week, by the way, since it releases next week. I was like, really? Like, him? Like, he won 4 games. And he's just a name. That's all he is. Like, really. Like, he's okay.
If he was
Number 1 overall.
Shedeur Johnson, no one would give a.
Yeah, exactly.
If he was Shedeur Johnson instead of Shedeur Sanders, no one would give a shit about it.
No.
He would still be an FCS. He would still be an FCS quarterback.
Oh yeah. He wouldn't have transferred if his dad wasn't the head coach of now a Big 12 team.
And I don't know where he was getting offers from, like, which I don't know if he really got any offers out of high school because it's like, well, he's just going to go where daddy goes. So why would you not offer him? But people could make the argument. It's like, oh, he only went to an FCS team because of his dad. It's like, okay. He still went. That was the only place he's had success so far in his collegiate career. The only place he's had success is Jackson State. And that's not good.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I think there's a mentality of the dad was good, so the offspring must be good as well. You know, that there's a lot of that going on right now, and you know, it's probably been going on for a while. But, you know, we're just now, like, at the age that we are growing up, we're just now experiencing this shift, and it's becoming more apparent. And I'm going to be straight up, I don't like it. I don't like this hype of, like, oh, the next one. You know, like, it's like, just because some kid came from, like, a Hall of Famer's balls does not mean that he will also be a Hall of Famer. I'm sorry. I'm just calling it like it is.
You're exactly right. And he's acting like his dad did. And you can do that when you're a defensive back, when you're kind of out there making plays on your own. Like, you can be, I'm the best, fuck everyone else. That can be your attitude. You can't do that as a quarterback. You have to be like a team leader as a quarterback. And he hasn't shown that he can be that. And he only has one more year left to prove that at a high level. Like, again, Jackson State, whoop-de-doo. That means nothing. If he can't do it at Colorado, they're not playing, which now they're in the Big 12, so they will be playing better competition. But when they're in the Pac 12, they weren't going through like a gauntlet of a schedule. Like, they had a few tough games, but they weren't playing like an SEC schedule. So he should have been better. I know, and I mean, unless he goes out and balls this year, I stand corrected. I don't see it with him. I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that he is a good player. Like, he has talent, clearly. It's just like you can't flip a whole college football team in an off season, you know? And so I mean, I think he'll have a better year this year, but I don't think I think you have to have some like a little bit of that mentality of like, you know, I am the best. I mean, you're the quarterback. You have to be able to believe in yourself. But at the same time, you're kind of crossing that threshold a little bit with your previous tenure with last season when you only won 4 games.
Yeah,
But I do think
if
he is good, and he does have a decent mentality, and he has talent. It's just really a matter of getting the right team and another year of development. But
you
that's my take.
can't have this like I'm I'm the shit, like I am the best when you won 4 football games last season.
You
Like
can't
Yeah,
you can
say
think
that
that
yeah,
you can think that, I should say. You cannot say it.
yeah.
You cannot say we are everyone's Super Bowl and I am God's gift to football when you won 4 games last season. You just
yeah,
can't.
Correct.
yeah. I mean,
Correct.
it crossed that threshold of being confident to being stupidly cocky.
Jackass. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But
yeah,
I'm
Colorado
full on
Buffaloes.
hater. I'm full on hater this season.
I will say Boulder is a great town. There is it's beautiful. The beautiful town. I love Boulder, but yeah, I think Colorado University is kind of pissing me off a little bit. And I
Yeah.
knew that that Oregon game last year when they got fucking smoked. It was the day of my sister's wedding. I'll never forget it. And it was we were watching it in the groomsmen suite, and I was just like, man, they're about to get their shit pumped by Bo Nix in Oregon, and they did.
That was easiest money I ever made in my life. Oregon minus whatever they were, or I think it was like 21 and a half. Oregon team total over, Colorado team total under. That was cake. And like, I mean, anyone who actually like followed the sport saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Uh,
remember what I had for that game. Maybe I had the over. I feel like that was an overplay for a will here. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if it
I,
hit.
I was going to say, I think it was 40-6. I don't know. I don't remember
Yeah,
what the
I don't
line
no.
was, obviously. So
I would like to retract a
Yeah, but
statement about the college football 25 because it's not Shador Sanders on the cover. It's
isn't it
Travis
just like the
Hunter.
back of a bunch of jerseys or something?
No, it's
oh
well
yeah, it
like
is.
it's Travis. There's three athletes on the cover, and it's Quinn Ewers from Michigan, and then no, sorry,
Texas.
Quinn Ewers from Texas, then Donovan Edwards from Michigan, and then Travis Hunter from Colorado.
If anyone should be talking shit, it's him, because
Yes, he's a very good player.
he
Yes,
might
he
be the
is.
best athlete in college football.
Yeah,
He's elite at both sides of the ball.
two-way star.
Like if anyone should be talking, yeah, and like he plays the two best positions to make everything about him, DB and wide receiver, and he's nothing. Like he talks during the season, but nobody cares. Like everyone does that. Like, you never hear anything from him. So I think if anyone should be talking shit, it's him.
Absolutely, I would agree with that.
All right, moving on. We're gonna talk about the NFL Fun with Future segment we have every week. This week we got a rookie stat. We got a rookie. We do a rookie of the year, rookie QB, or what?
Just a rookie stat.
Just a
Just
rookie stat.
rookie prop. Yeah.
Yes, we're doing a rookie prop. And I'm gonna throw it to Chris so I can pivot
All
after
right.
whatever he says.
Sounds good. I got an offensive rookie of the year winner. And I'm not going chalk. I'm not going Caleb Williams. I got Jaden Daniels, offensive rookie of the year. Best odds that I could see were plus 650 on FanDuel. He's going to put up numbers, like big numbers, in throwing and rushing. Like he's just like he will. And I think the rushing is what's going to get him the award. Is like he might not have as many passing yards as Caleb Williams, and maybe he will. Honestly, I don't know. I don't think Caleb Williams is God's gift to football like everyone thinks he is, but he's going to put up way more rushing numbers. He's probably going to have like a shit ton of rushing touchdowns too. So I think that's going to get him. That the Commanders' offense on paper, sneaky, pretty good.
Sneaky good.
They signed Austin Eckler in the offseason. I know he's ancient, but he's still a good pass catching back. I think they have maybe the most underrated receiving core in the league with Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson. I think both those guys are dogs. And then they drafted Luke McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey's brother. I think he's slated to be the third wide receiver. I think he'll be a really good slot receiver. He had 1,100 all-purpose yards, 13 touchdowns in his senior year at Rice. I mean, if he's half as good as his brother, he'll be a decent wide receiver 30. And they signed Zach Ertz too, or did they trade for him? I can't remember which.
I think they signed
Either
him.
way, Zach Ertz on the team. Yeah. Okay, because I remember he was like wanting a trade last season. I can't remember what happened. But anyway, Zach Ertz is a Mander now. Also old, but still good pass catching tight end. And I think if he exceeds his potential, and Caleb Williams just isn't like amazing, like just flat out amazing, I think they give it to Daniels. Caleb Williams, in my opinion, to win this award has to be everything that people are saying he will be, and that's a tall task, especially like in a tough division and playing with the Bears, who don't have a good history of quarterbacks. So yeah, I think Jaden Daniels. I think good value, especially I think he's the second highest odds at 650. So I think good value there. Yeah, I like him to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. O'Roy, as the kids say. Will, what do you got?
Oh, I was trying to pivot from my original pick, but I just saw some research that my pivot pick was not good.
I can kick to Sean then.
Yeah, kick it to Sean.
Okay.
All right, kicking it to Sean. Sean, what do you got?
All right. I've got Marvin Harrison Jr. over 1,500 yards. Pretty safe pick. I'm not gonna lie. He is the best wide receiver of this class. He's the favorite to win like the most passing yard or most receiving yards of rookies, plus 170. But I'm just gonna go for his total on his over. Are you telling me the wide receiver one isn't gonna get 1,000 yards? Like,
Yeah,
I'm not telling you
he
that.
will. And
okay. Well, I'm betting that he will.
he will.
There you go.
He will.
1,001.
He obviously he plays for the Cardinals. I don't know if you've looked at their depth chart recently, but it's pretty apparent that they have absolutely no one at wide receiver. I mean, they've got Michael Wilson, Zay Jones as wide receiver 2 and 3. Zach Pascal is like wide receivers 3's like third backup. It's pretty awful.
That's
I think he will be the only one to get the ball. He was an absolute monster at Ohio State, putting up numbers. I expect that to translate over into the NFL. So give me Marvin Harrison Jr. over 1,000 yards, minus 110.
I was glad you said that about the. Just want
sorry.
to say.
Go ahead.
I was wondering, like when you said like he's the wide receiver one, obviously he is, but I was also like, who the hell else is on that team? Because I know Marquise Brown's gone, and he was the only other name I knew that has played for them.
Yeah, they lost a bunch of people. They lost Well, no, I think it was just Marquise Brown, but I
Which
think
over
they
the
did
years
have
they have
some.
lost
Yeah,
everyone.
they've lost everybody, but Marquise Brown signed with the Chiefs, which is kind of wild
He
because they
did.
just yeah uh, because like I feel like he could have Marquise Brown could have gotten more playing time with the Cardinals. Um,
Didn't he play for the Ravens last year? Was he
Marquise
traded at
Brown,
some,
he was
Hollywood
traded.
Brown?
Yeah, he was
I thought
traded
he
the same year that AJ was traded. It was in the same draft. It happened around the same time.
and he played in Baltimore, correct?
Before Arizona, correct?
Mhm.
But he played with Arizona for like 2 years.
I had those flipped then. I don't know why I thought he was drafted by the Cardinals.
No, he
Okay.
was drafted by the Ravens, got traded to the Cardinals. But him signing with the Chiefs is kind of weird because the Chiefs picked up Xavier Worthy, who is also a monster,
Dog.
a fucking
Like
dog.
it's just
DAWG, all caps, dog.
all they need is another weapon.
Yeah, and I mean, he's probably ring chasing, which I get, but I feel like he could have gotten more player time playing. I don't know why I keep doing that. Playing time with the Cardinals. He definitely could have put up more numbers, right? I think with the Cardinals, but yeah, I like Harrison Jr. in this spot, really being the only guy out there. So if you're betting against the wide receiver one to not get 1,000 yards, you're kind of sick in the head. Just being real. Just being real.
I agree with that.
Will, have you found a good pivoting point?
Yeah. Um,
Okay.
I am piggybacking off of Chris's Jaden Daniels Rookie of the Year pick, and I'm going to add over 3,075 and a half passing yards to that pick. You know, much like Chris said, you know, Commanders, they don't look that bad on paper. You know, they got Austin Eckler, the check down king. I don't know if you mentioned that, Chris. Um, I really wasn't paying attention. I really should have, but I wasn't. Um, Scary Terry.
He didn't. Just so you know.
All right, awesome. Scary Terry, he's great. Jahan Dotson, sneaky good. Uh, you know, Luke McCaffrey, like Chris said, I remember this part. If he's a fraction of how good like his brother is, then wide receiver three is no tall task. Um, they did sign Zach Ertz. I mean, it's this. Is this like the first full year that they have the new owner? Because I think it is, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember exactly when the team was sold last year, but it's definitely like the first like full off season going into the year that under the new ownership.
Yeah, and so I feel like this is a good sign. Um, I was gonna say something like they probably have the most complete team out of the first round quarterbacks that went to, but I think the Bears do have a more complete team, but I think this team is more ready, if that makes sense. They're more ready to take that next step to not sucking. So new owner, things are good.
And the yellow pants are back.
The yellow pants are back.
The yellow pants are back.
Love me some yellow britches.
Did you guys know
Yeah.
that Bobby Wagner is on the Commanders?
I did not. No, I did not. I knew they signed a bunch of guys on defense. I did not know Bobby Wagner was one of them. Good for him.
Yeah. I'm looking at the depth chart right now. I was like, oh my God, this is fucking Bobby
Oh,
Wagner.
it's because Dan Quinn's the head coach and he was the DC for the Legion of Boom.
That makes
Backwards hat,
sense.
Quinning.
At least At least he'll be on the sideline this year, not standing for no reason in a coach's box that's miles above the stadium. Not miles. But so yeah, of course he has to stand in that. Makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Jaden
I don't know,
Daniels.
man. I'd probably stand too.
No,
I was
it
him.
makes no sense.
I'm just so nervous. I'd be pacing around.
One thing that made me so mad last season for really no reason. I get it's stupid. Every time they showed him in the coach's box, he was always standing. Nobody does that. You're in the highest point of the stadium. You don't have to stand.
It's probably just nerves. I don't know. I stand
Then you
when I'm
shouldn't be
nervous.
a head coach.
He loves
Yeah,
ball.
that's a fair point.
That I love ball. No, it pisses me off.
All
You
right.
stand sometimes when you're watching
sense,
games.
but yes, I'm a fan. I'm not coaching the team.
But yeah, Jaden Daniels over 3,075.5 passing yards, minus 112 on the FanDuel Sportsbook. Not sponsored, but yeah, that's that's the play. Do we want to do a silly conversation topic?
Yeah, what you got for us?
Of course.
So, according to ChatGPT, some pretty out of pocket topics to talk to on this sports podcast. Which sports mascot would you like on your side in a bar fight? The floor is open.
Okay. I want to set some ground rules though. I feel like we can't, go for like the obvious of just like I want the Tigers. Like obviously a tiger is gonna mess up some dude in a bar.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean?
It's the guy in the costume.
Oh, we're talking about the guy in the costume?
You have to pick a specific team. You can't just be like the Tigers when there's a billion of them.
All right.
Yeah.
I have one. It's not an animal.
Okay.
It's Pistol Pete, Oklahoma State. He's got
guns.
He has guns. He can shoot people.
Dude, are they functional? Do they work?
I would assume in this scenario that the guns would be real. It'd be like, oh, I'm picking the LSU mascot because it's a tiger. It's like, well, it's technically like it's not a real tiger. It's like they're not real guns, but if we're in this scenario, I assume they would be real.
Could be.
Well, if it's just the guy in the costume.
No, it's the mascot. It's not the fucking Joe Schmo in the costume. I don't want any of them on my back in a bar fight.
I thought that was the question.
I don't care who's under the mask. It's the actual mask.
No, I'm not saying who's under the mask, but there is someone under the mask, correct?
Yeah, if you want to ruin the illusion of mascottery, yes, there is a person in there.
Well, there has to be someone in there.
The great art of
do that on their own.
I'm just saying, if we have to pick a mascot, I'm picking the one with pistols, with firearms. I was going to go Homer with the Vols, Davy Crockett, but I was like, that's a musket. That's no use in a bar fight.
That's one shot.
Shut off and then have to sit in a corner and fucking whatever you reload a musket. It's like, no, I want Pistol Pete, just dual wield, just post up, pew pew pew. That's the sound pistols make.
I was thinking maybe Gritty because he's a fucking psycho. I think that's a good one.
That's a good one.
But then when you said pistols, I'm like, what other mascot has pistols? And I'm thinking the old logo of the San Francisco 49ers had a dude literally in the air from shooting pistols. You know? I bet their mascot,
That's how powerful his guns were.
yeah, they're fucking. I bet the Niners mascot. I bet he doesn't fuck around. I bet he's tough. He's probably an alcoholic.
Yeah, I mean, I think a
Probably.
lot of the prospectors were.
Yeah, probably a terrible home life.
But Gritty's okay. Gritty's a good pick though, because day one of his existence, he threatened the life of the Penguins mascot.
Yeah,
That's true. I hate him.
He's the best.
I love
hate
Gritty.
Gritty.
He's
I
so
hate
out
him
of pocket.
much. I know.
He throws like whole cakes at people.
Yeah.
And
That's
fists.
hilarious.
You're not Steve Aoki.
But
You've seen him.
It's hilarious, right?
You've seen him get in a fight with
What do you mean
Biz.
Yeah. I have.
He'll fight. He fucking fights, dude. He has no
He
fear.
will fight.
Yeah. He has no soul.
They all don't have souls. Let's just keep it 100 with everyone. They all do not have souls.
What's your pick, Sean?
I don't know. There's so many. There's so many masks. I'm trying to think of them all.
Well,
Stanford tree.
That did cross my mind. Like, just because it would be hilarious. It'd probably break it up just because it's so ridiculous.
He doesn't even have arms.
I know. Like, imagine a tree coming to back you up in a bar fight. It'd be hilarious.
It would take your assailants to have to. They would have to hesitate for a second. It's like, hold on, is that a fucking tree? So you get like a second head start there.
I think maybe I'll throw up the Titans. Like sometime when it's like the actual mascot, it's a ripped guy. I think he has a sword. That's cool. And then when it's
Are
like
you
the
not
actual
talking
guy,
about T-Rex?
no, I'm not talking about
You're
T-Rex.
talking about the secondary mascot.
That's the mascot, though.
T-Rex is the mascot.
Yeah.
Oh well,
That's just some guy they hired to look like a gladiator. Some just fucking ripped dude.
he's a mascot.
The Kansas State mascot, the football mascot's pretty scary. It's just body of a football player and the head of a wildcat. That's I think that'd be a good. It's a wildcat that can also throw punches. I'd say that's pretty damn terrifying.
Let's see.
Oh my God. Hold on. Do you guys God, I don't remember what time period this was, but do you remember Robo-Duck from Oregon? When they had like it was like he looks like a fucking superhero. Hold on. Let me look him up.
I mean, the Oregon Duck has donned many a costume, so I do not recall this particular one.
But he looks like a fucking superhero.
So you're taking a duck.
I might take Robo-Duck. Hold on, I'll text this image to you.
It's still a duck.
But look at this guy.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh, I would definitely want that guy on my side.
Look at this guy. This is a fucking superhero.
Oh, that? I do not. Okay, that's different. That's sort of like what I was talking about. It's like body of a person, head of an animal. This is the body of Superman.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. I think this will be my final answer. Is Robo-Duck.
How did you just pull the?
That was pretty quick.
I was literally unlocking memories of like of mascots.
I was gonna say, how do you remember that? That's a deep
It's
cut.
a deep cut. Deep cut.
I feel like for just Oregon football, that's a deep cut, let alone the whole world of mascots.
The great art of
Listen,
mascottery.
I don't know. Listen, I'm gonna be real. I know you guys know this, but I don't know if the show knows this. I do not like mascots. Some would say that I have a fear of them.
Phobia.
So going back into my brain and literally unlocking these memories, I was like, that one just like popped up.
So you're just going.
I still don't really like it, but
you're just thinking which one has scared you the most over the course of your life.
Well, the one that has scared me the most was my grandfather dressed up as Barney for my 3-year-old birthday party, and I was absolutely terrified. If we're being that real, but
do you remember that from 3 years old?
Bit.
Wow,
a little bit. Yeah, that's probably where it started.
That makes sense.
That's fantastic.
I thought of one, the Tampa Bay Buccaneer. You know, he's a pirate. He's definitely been in a bar fight before.
Oh yeah,
it's true. That's
if
true.
We're going off experience. Let's see.
Oh, I had one. Oh, the Phoenix Suns just has a gorilla.
Yes.
And he can do like flips and shit. I feel like a gorilla would be good to have your back.
A gorilla would be good in a bar fight. Yeah, that's a good one.
Which I'm sure there's a reason. Why do the Phoenix Suns have a gorilla?
Maybe just a sun would be kind of weird.
Okay, but like not every professional, especially in basketball, not every professional team has a mascot. You didn't have to have one, but they're just like in a board meeting. Gorilla.
That's good, Johnson. You're getting a promotion.
God damn it, Johnson. It's the smartest thing I've ever heard in my
life. Is it cheating to just have the Nationals mascots? Because they're just like the presidents. Yeah, like, is that cheating?
So you get their Secret Service, which
No. I just get all 4 of them.
Oh, you get 4.
I just get 4 for
from
one.
The 1700s.
Really? Is that cheating?
But they
don't have weapons.
Well, I guess you would be outnumbering, assuming you're not taking on like a biker gang. You would have the numbers advantage. So I get that.
That's kind of where my brain's at. It's like I could cheat the system a little bit because technically the presidents are their mascot, right? Like it's like just the presidents or something.
Yeah, they do like that. I assume they still do it. I don't know, but they used to do like a race, all 4 of them around the ballpark.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of others.
I do know that. No, I did just think of if he's a Buccaneer, he definitely has a sword and probably a gun. Sword
probably
and
has
gun.
A pistol.
Yeah.
Probably. But it's like an old-timey gun. I don't know how fast those reload.
Probably not fast. Probably not that fast.
But he sells a sword, which that's something.
That's pretty good. I know the Green Bay Packers, they're like No. I was thinking of something else. Okay, so
I don't even think they have one.
So the Pittsburgh Steelers, a steel worker. That guy probably has a drinking problem.
He does carry around a steel beam.
There.
He could wield it.
Yeah. He probably has a drinking problem. He's a union guy.
The Purdue mascot is equal parts terrifying and I believe has a sledgehammer.
He doesn't have a train?
I don't think he's like a conductor.
He makes the boilers.
Yeah, he's just. I don't know.
He runs it. I got it.
Have you seen what the Purdue mascot looks like, Sean?
Yeah,
I was gonna say
I'm
it's
familiar.
probably nightmare fuel for. I mean, I hate it, and
I
it's.
hate it.
But yeah, I think he has a sledgehammer, and he's also just repulsive to look at. So that's something.
Him and the Vanderbilt, I'm like, no, get out.
What's wrong with the Vanderbilt?
They look kind of similar. Like
I
it's just like the face.
I get the faces are creepy, but the Purdue one,
Yeah.
it's like normal mascot body. I think it's been a while since I've seen it, but it's like normal mascot body, and then the head is like plastic, like it's
Yeah.
not the same material. So that's what kind of, and its eyes are like, you want to talk about soulless. There is no life beyond those eyes. And he has a
Well,
sledgehammer.
I think if we want to stop a bar fight, just end all be all, let's take this outside. Let's get everyone to the ground. I feel like the Philly Fanatic has to be like the first overall pick. Like I feel like he is the crazy. He is crazier than Gritty. He has
That's
more.
he has a
He has
longer
street cred.
history. Oh yeah,
He
you're
has
right.
street
Yeah,
cred.
Yeah.
the Philly
The Philly
Fanatic
Fanatic will fight you on site.
dark horse. Yeah, maybe not, but like sneaky, like someone's trying to fuck with you, and the Philly Fanatic like, oh, it's Sean in this green thing, like we'll be okay. But no,
No,
Philly
we only
Fanatic
need the green thing.
Philly Fanatic's like been running these streets for decades. He knows a thing or two.
He lives in Philly. He has to know how to fight.
Yeah.
He's taken souls.
He has taken souls.
He was
That's
there when they threw those batteries at Santa. Definitely. Everyone threw
Do you
batteries
have
at
another
Santa.
whimsical question?
Um, uh, let's see. Who's the sweatiest coach of all time?
Bruce Pearl
It's
is up
Izzo.
there. Izzo, yeah.
Um,
I don't
who's
know.
what's the most ridiculous food you've ever seen at a stadium?
I've definitely seen some weird ones. I'm trying to think of one in particular off the top of my head.
I haven't. I'm not much for specialty food because most of the time it's like $25 for like a fancy hot dog. Um, so
Oh, hold on. No, I agree. I never purchased them, but it's like you see them on Twitter, and it's like, oh, that's so funny, and it's like, oh, it's actually $40.
yeah. Oh,
But
this
there
cheeseburger
was
with
one I
buns as
saw.
donuts?
I texted my father about it. Don't wait on me. Talk
All
amongst
right.
yourselves.
I think
Okay.
baseball is really like the pinnacle of like ridiculous food because I feel like every NFL stadium has like some sponsor of like whether like I know the Titans have like, local restaurants that will, fill the concession stands, but they don't really have anything like ridiculous. I feel like baseball really takes the cake with that
Oh yeah.
because I saw that the Yankees have that complete ripoff, by the way, of the Drake and Josh episode with the popcorn and the drink in the bottom and the candy holder. But like
Yeah.
this
Oh yeah.
one is like your drink and you've got chicken tenders and fries and like it has something on the side too. And I'm like, that's just a complete ripoff. But yeah,
Who does
I've
that?
seen some ridiculous ones from baseball stadiums.
I know this isn't ridiculous. I just think it's awesome. The Yankees do it as well. It's a chicken bucket. You just get
Chicken
a
bucket.
bucket of chicken tenders.
It's got to be like $100.
I don't think it's that expensive, but I could be. I've never had it. I've just seen it on Twitter and stuff. It's not. It's not silly. I think it's just a fantastic idea. Like, hey, you just want a fucking bucket of chicken tenders? Yes, I do. All right, I'm looking at a.
All right, so I'm looking up some of these.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
am
gonna
too.
run through them real quick. We're gonna start with the Atlanta Braves with the cleanup burger.
Oh,
Um, four, or I'm sorry. Yeah, grilled all beef patties topped with golden hash browns, hickory smoked bacon, cheese, and sunny side up fried egg served on a fresh buttermilk Belgian waffle with maple syrup.
oh God.
Serves four people.
Here's
Sounds
one I
great.
saw. This is from last season, so I don't know if it's still a thing. This is the Texas Rangers. It's called the Broomstick Burger. It is served inside of a 2 foot long hot dog bun, but instead of hot dog, it is a beef patty topped with chili, nacho cheese, jalapenos, fried onion rings, and and that's it. Feeds for $35. It's a 2 foot long sandwich.
Jesus Christ.
How do you even eat that?
I found one from the Cleveland Guardians called the Pork and Waffle. It's
What
Sounds
is
uh
it?
it's it's barbecue pulled pork, coleslaw, mac and cheese in a waffle ice cream cone.
Hmm.
Oh,
What are we
I'm
doing?
looking at that right now.
That looks disgusting.
I
I'd
take a
probably
bite.
eat it. Yeah.
I'd probably take a bite, but
I'd
I
probably eat
would
the whole
I would
thing.
take I would never purchase these things, but I would. It's only $13.
Give
That's
it a
not
move.
bad.
Cleveland Guardians coming in hot again with their slider dog.
Oh my god.
Hot dog, mac and cheese, crispy onions, and Fruit Loops.
Ah, you
Fruit
lost me.
Loops.
Yeah, I don't know about
$11.
that one. Did you talk about the Brave? Did you say the Braves thing, Sean? Because I think we're looking at the same list.
Probably. I said the waffle burger thing, but I
Oh,
know which one
did you
you're
say
probably about to say.
the
So you can go
Burgeritza?
ahead. Yeah. I would eat that though. I would eat this one.
Will, what do you think the Burgeritza is?
Sounds a little
If you had
It
Mexican.
is.
okay,
I
oh,
I think it's
it,
pretty self-explanatory if you
Burgeritza,
sound it out.
Oh wait, maybe margarita.
Burgeritza,
No, it's a food.
Burgeritza.
Mar- Oh, it's a burger pizza.
There we
There you go.
go. Kind of. It is
What?
a it is a 20-ounce beef patty in between two personal size pepperoni pizzas.
I would
Wow.
eat that.
Yeah.
I would take a bite.
$16.
$16. Let's go down to Atlanta sometime.
And get diarrhea for $16 on a hot summer day.
In that Atlanta heat, oh, that's got to feel good.
Have sweaty diarrhea in Atlanta in August in a stall with no door. But hell, it's only $16. Why not?
You've got to split that, right? Like you can't eat that by yourself.
I'm sure some sick fuck has, but
I mean, it's a 20-ounce burger.
yeah,
That's
that
a
alone.
huge thing. That's a huge.
If it was just 20 ounces of meat, that's damn near impossible to consume.
A pound is 16 ounces. So you're
Golly.
eating like over a pound of just burger meat along with two personal pan pizzas as the buns.
I love pizza.
Oh, I love burgers too. I would try that. I would try it, but
I would definitely purchase that and not feel bad
split it.
about not eating it all because it's $16.
Well, you split it with the boys.
Yeah, I know, but like
Yeah.
if I paid like some of this stuff on this list is like $35. If I bought it and like even splitting it with the boys, we didn't eat it all, I would feel bad because it was $35 for like a sandwich.
Yeah.
But
Mm-mm.
$16, whatever.
Whatever.
That sounds great though.
All right. I think we should
I'll
probably
try
wrap
it.
this up.
Okay.
I think we're running out of time here.
Good by me.
Um, okay. Thank you so much for listening and watching. We are in the dark days. Don't have too much to talk about because not a lot is happening. But the college football game comes out next Friday. Should be amazing. Should. We will see.
It will be.
Yes.
It will be amazing.
Yeah, and we'll go into some very niche franchise mode options next week. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Um, check out the Trend Center app. It's murdering baseball right now. Fantastic. The number one tool if you sports bet, which is probably why you're watching this show or listening. So yeah, like, comment, share. Any help with us really helps us out. Really helps our reach. And we'll see you next time. There's 3 of us. Now let's make some money.